Hey everyone, this is Rob,
And Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. All right, so this week up on the docket, of course, as always, we'll be updating you with what's been going on with us this week. Actually, pretty cool updates because obviously TwitchCon happened this week, or I guess not obvious if you don't watch streams. So we'll be talking about that. It was pretty interesting, and then we'll be going right into the update.
Yeah.
So pretty cool update this week. Actually, funny enough, we could have done the podcast a day sooner because for some reason they came out with the patch and the patch notes a day early.
But it wasn't actually out.
But it wasn't
I'm sure there's been
released.
some hot fixes in the notes.
There definitely was because there was some upsetty spaghetti people, and we'll be talking about
love that
as well. And there's actually some pretty cool stuff for us to go over as well, including some raid stuff, as well as just different stuff that happened in the community. So we actually have kind of a lot to go over, luckily, because the patch itself was not too impressive.
Yep.
But before we get into any
And we also have a Q&A.
Oh, sorry. Let me not forget.
I was waiting for you to say it, and I was like,
Yes, we do. As always, I sometimes forget we have a Q&A. But before we get into any of that, like I was saying, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going really good. I got another 99.
Yay, golf clap.
What's golf clap?
It's just
Quiet
a
clap?
very quiet clap.
Why not loud clap?
Because you can't be very loud on the golf course.
It's rude. Why?
Yeah.
Why? It's so vast.
I don't know.
Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's like a thing where like they say like you're supposed to golf clap, but every time a pro makes a shot, they're like really loud and yelling and stuff. And
Yeah, it's a vast field. Why can't you just be loud?
I don't know where the golf clap came from.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got 99 attack. So the only combat skill I need to get 99 is my prayer. Still 91 though. I'm not even working on it yet.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a buyable 99, so.
It's a Bible. I mean, it's still tedious. But yeah. And I'm now 125 combat level.
Nice.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, almost max.
It's actually super, super crazy that prayer is the only one I need.
Yeah, I think that's how I imagined it going, to be honest.
That's probably what's going to be for you too.
Yeah, that's how I imagined it, just because it's like, it's not that it's like so much money, it's just like it's something I don't want to do.
No, it is a lot of money too.
It is. It's not like a laughable amount of money, but it's also just like I don't want to do it.
Yeah, you're like, it's Bible, and I'm like, it's more than Bible because it also takes time, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but it is your last thing, so it's not like you have any options. So
I'll do it slowly. Yeah, after that, I was kind of just like working on getting. I didn't know what else to have my goal be last night, so I was like, all right, let's kind of get towards base 90s everything.
Yeah.
So I got my rune crafting to 90.
Nice.
I was at 89 before, so that was super easy. I just had to play Guardian of the Rift like 5 times.
Yeah, I forgot you boosted everything, so I already thought it was 90.
Nope. Yeah, I boosted everything for the diaries. No shame. Also, before I got the 99 attack, the other day, I've been having a lot of internet issue or computer issues, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
Also including updates. So my computer was just being super laggy, so I was just doing Herbivore the other day, and I got to 88 Hunter.
Did you get Irby?
No, I wish. I didn't realize Herbivore is really good XP. The only way I ever train Hunter is via birdhouses. So anything active is really good XP.
Yeah, it is really good XP. I don't know if it's the best. I think it's pretty close.
I don't think it's the best, but I mean, it's like 100,000 an hour.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think pretty close. Normal methods, quote unquote. I think it's pretty close to being the best. So it's definitely not bad. It's nice when something is the best, fair or close to the best, fairly fun, and also relatively profitable all at the same time.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty chill, and it has a pet chance. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's very few. Luckily, Hunter has 2 things like that. Like the hunting chins is also very profitable, pretty good experience, and
cutest pet in the game.
Decent pet. So
yeah, I mean, I was talking about last night, and I was like, that'd be cool if I got Herbivore. I'm only like 100 catches in. It's like thousands is the drop rate for
yeah,
pet.
I think it's 5,000.
Something like that,
very,
like 5 or
high.
6. It'd be cool to get Herbivore. I'd rather get Spoon the Chinchompa whenever I decide to go there, though.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think that one is much cuter. Herbivore's a flex for sure, but Chinchompa, I just want to hug and be its best friend.
Yeah. I could be misremembering, but I remember seeing like months and months ago that maybe not the driest ever, but one of the driest I've ever seen was at Herbivore, and someone went like 20,000 plus dry.
Somebody in the chat last night was 11,000, and I was like,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It sucks because I talk about this sometimes on stream. I feel like everyone has, whether they realize it or not, at least one pet that they're going to go really dry on. Like just RNG wise, I feel like everyone has something. And it's like, maybe that's why I'm so intimidated about grinding for pets, because I don't want to discover which one I'm going really dry at.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll just get annoyed.
Yeah, I guess that's just how luck goes. Some you'll get undry on, or,
Exactly.
get lucky on, and then some you'll just go crazy dry.
Yep. So, I mean, maybe Tangleroot will be my dry one. I don't even think I'm really going dry on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 45 mil is not even dry.
Also, I guess also that has me thinking, like, Hunter is one of those skills where I wish every skill was kind of like Hunter.
That has so much options.
It has so many options, and not just
And has
that, but it
pets.
has so many like good things about it. Like whenever we talk about new skills or skills we want to revamp, I think about Hunter a lot.
Hunter, like cool mini games or something.
In like in a good way. Like I feel like skills should try to be like Hunter.
We've talked about it, like agility stuff. We're like, they should make something like this where it's like Hunter, but it's agility.
Yeah, like Hunter feels like it scales appropriately. Where like
Yes.
the lower level stuff gives you decent XP, or you could just do the more AFK way of birdhouses,
which got me up to like 86 Hunter.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's relatively like not a bad gameplay.
It's good
loop.
for seeds too.
Yeah, like the loop itself, like you're not. Most people aren't like, oh, Hunter, I'd rather like play any other game.
Whereas Hunter is one of the most fun skills in the game.
Yeah, exactly, and it feels rewarding. Whereas like if you're like, all right, cool, let me get up mining. Most people, unless you're really into taking granite, are like not excited about mining ever.
I know. I was kind of thinking about that because if I want to get base 90s, I have to get my mining up 4 levels. And I was like, I think I'll do motherload mining to unlock I have 2 more things for the collection log. It's the bags. Yeah. And then I'll probably just do shooting stars because I don't mind shooting stars.
Yeah, I guess it's nice that they added shooting stars, but if you like, for a lot of people, it's like, all right, cool. So I just have to get my mining up 4 levels. I guess I'll just be at motherload mine for the next 45 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Or I'll be ticking granites for the next 10.
I can't be bothered with ticking stuff. I'll just do shooting stars and talk to people. Or I'll do it off stream if no one wants to see that.
Yeah. I think if ever I go back to mining,
never.
I probably will actually try my hand at like ticking granite because I've been watching more and more of that guy Jason. Their channel is JCW on YouTube. There's multiple people or 2 people at least that I know of that have started the max account grind, like speedrunning max accounts, and this is just the one that I usually happen to get recommended, so I watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been ticking, or he like got up his mining for whatever reason and is ticking granites. He makes it look easy. Although he did say he has 2,000 hours there.
Yeah.
Because he has 200 mil XP mining on his main.
It's funny, talking about 2-ticking and even just mining in general is making me feel annoyed.
Really?
Ugh. We need something else.
Yeah.
We need like a mini game. Volcano should give you better mining XP.
Yeah.
It's a mining mini game.
Yeah, or something. Because like Hunter, you're not all like, all right, cool, I have to sacrifice a bunch of my happiness so I can get this done quicker. It's like
Hunter's fun. Everything should have something fun like that. Yeah. I mean, there's like Sepultura and stuff now. That one's fun. Rogue's Den could be revamped for sure.
Oh, you're talking about for
thieving. I'm just talking about different skills now.
Oh yeah, I was like,
I'm talking about like how everything has like fun mini games, like Tempros, Guardians of the Rift. I mean, I know they're slowly getting to everything, but mining next, please.
But I just feel, I agree that minigames are fun, but also I feel like skills shouldn't have to rely on minigames so heavily.
True.
Like
I know Hunter doesn't even have a minigame, it's just fun.
A really good example is like fire making. It's not that bad of a skill, but it would be much worse, I think, in a lot of people's opinions, if there was no winter tot. Like I feel like winter tot carries it pretty hard.
I didn't mind it actually before winter tot because I didn't know what winter tot was.
Exactly, like it's not the worst, but I don't know. I guess a better one would be rune crafting. Like
the one that was everyone's least favorite skill.
I feel like until 77 that carries it pretty hard for a lot of people.
I'm staying there after 77.
Yeah.
Like Blood's fine, but Guardians of the Rift is way more fun.
Yeah. I think at 77 it's nice because you have more options that aren't terrible. But it's like, all right, cool. I guess I'll just do fire runes for the next 700 hours or something.
Yeah, no, they honestly killed it with that minigame.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess kind of off topic, but they should revamp more skills to be like Hunter.
Agreed.
Again.
I mean, they said that they want to, so hopefully mining's next. I don't know why they did smithing before mining, but whatever.
Yeah.
Still need to do Giant's Foundry.
Also, yeah, the concept of ticking is so funny. It's like, all right, I'm going to sacrifice some of my sanity now so that I can get this over with.
I know.
It's like ripping off the Band-Aid, but just in a video game that you choose to play.
Yeah, I'm so not about that because I feel like a fear of mine's become like now that I'm going for base 90s, and I was like maybe I'll go for like base 92 after that, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like
halfway.
Yeah, thinking about like maybe maxing next year or something. I feel like if I max, I'm gonna lose like a lot of interest in the game.
I mean, that's what a lot of people. That's what ends up happening for a lot of people.
That's why I don't want to like grind it hard. I just like want to let it happen.
Maybe then you'll play your GIM.
Ew. Maybe.
Yeah, probably not.
I'd probably work on collection log.
Yeah, you probably just quit the game.
I don't see myself ever also being a pet hunter. Like that's gotta be like the last thing I'll probably want to do.
I don't know. That seems like pretty fun because it gives you something to do.
But it's the same thing too much. I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to. Like, you could be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do 100 KC at garage door, and then
I was thinking
do some winter tot.
someone in the chat, I don't remember who it was talking about their friend who's pet hunting, but they're just doing like 500 everywhere, seeing if they get lucky, and then moving on to the next boss.
Yeah, like I mean,
yeah,
you don't
I do like that.
You don't even have to do 500. You could just do 10 if you feel like it, and then like you're like, all right, I'm kind of tired of Zora, and then you can move on to Vorkath. Or
Yeah, that's
whatever.
very true. I should do that.
Yeah,
because I found myself not even wanting to do combat stuff as much now that like all my combat stuff's 99, except for prayer. Yeah. I'm like, it's so funny. You want to be 99 so bad, then once you're 99, it's like, well, now I don't really want to train this anymore.
Well, yeah.
I need to just think about the money and the drops, though.
That's, yeah, it's kind of weird. That's how all goals are. You just eventually, once you get to the, I don't know.
It's never as good as you think it's gonna be.
Yeah, this is gonna sound way more deep than it needs to be, but
okay.
It's gonna be like, all right, once you reach the summit, then it's like, where do you go from there? It's kind of how like most goals work. You just have to get a new summit, I guess.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Will I ever be satisfied in this game? No one knows.
Will you ever be satisfied in life?
Yeah.
Come back next time.
Spoiler alert, the answer was no.
But yeah, either way, do you have any other updates?
Yeah, so I finished the scary game I've been playing, Amnesia Rebirth.
Hey, you finished the whole series, right?
I did. There's 3 Amnesias, and I just finished the most recent one. And it was by far the scariest one. I talked about last week. It was very spooky. Like, I had a lot of fun playing it, but yeah, scariest of all of them.
Yeah.
I had to mark my stream as mature because they showed my character breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And apparently, that's too erotic for Twitch.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
we didn't want to risk it.
Nah, yeah, I guess that's like an entirely different subject, but if you have to be at least 13 to be watching streams, I feel like that's like old enough to know what breastfeeding is.
Yeah, breastfeeding is like not sexual, so I don't know. Yeah. It didn't matter.
Well, that's kind of like
but they did show my character's boob.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a weird American thing, like just being weird about people's bodies forever. I mean, obviously that's all I know. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's just not as weird in other cultures.
Yeah, some people are definitely weird about it, but I think Twitch might be. So
no, yeah, for
that
sure.
was scary.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to get striked for
Especially,
no reason. Especially,
there's 3 different endings, so I did all 3. So they showed my character's boob 3 separate times.
Yeah, because that was necessary. Like, you couldn't just start from the part right after.
I guess it was supposed to be like an emotional part, because I don't want to do spoilers, but
it was an emotional part.
It was an emotional part. I'll just say that.
Okay.
But yeah, the game was good. All the endings were pretty dark. Like, I don't want to say spoilers, but
then don't.
I don't know which ending is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
But I enjoyed it. The next game I'm gonna go and play because I want to be playing like all the scary games. I have Resident Evil. I'm gonna start that. It's probably time to play a little bit.
It's funny because me and I think it was me and Wraith, which is another one of our mods. I think we were both concerned, thinking that this actually might be scarier to you because of the fact that you're not an experienced like FPS player.
Resident Evil?
Yeah, not that you need to be an experienced FPS player to play Resident Evil, but because of that aspect and your inexperience, it might make you more apprehensive throughout the game. Because like if you like killing one zombie is not that bad, but if you miss a bunch of times, then it might be scarier. I just run from
stuff. I don't actually fight back.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So exactly, like if you run out of bullets or like are in like a really like a position that's just much more stressful because you keep missing or something.
And I'm
like
excited.
That.
I know nothing about this game. I didn't even realize that I shoot them until you just said that. I knew it was a first-person shooter, but I didn't think it was like a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
no spoilers.
I think it varies heavily between which Resident Evil you're playing.
Yeah, I'm playing the. Annan suggested I start the second one, so I'm just gonna start the second one.
Yeah, I've never really played any of them. But
apparently, the first one, it's like the WASD isn't even how you walk or something.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I was
that's
like,
stupid.
no.
Yeah, don't. I think in most games,
I'll go back and do that another time.
Most old games, the first one's not usually the best when transferred over to PC.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm excited to start playing that though, because like I'm like so not in the Halloween spirit, and I really want to be.
Yeah.
I had pumpkin spice coffee today, and it made me feel more excited. It rained a little bit last night. Finally getting those fall vibes I'm desperate for.
Yeah. Okay, let's calm down.
It rained for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it rained for like 10 or 20 minutes, and only on 4% of the entire county.
Yeah, which is funny that it rained on us.
Yeah.
I like it. Speaking of Halloween stuff, I'm moving on to a little bit of real life updates.
Yeah.
We went last week and did a little Halloween activity that was really fun. We went to the Cat Cafe, the same one we went to on my birthday.
Oh, yeah, totally. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and they were basically having Halloween movie nights there. So we went and watched Hocus Pocus and got apple cider and kettle corn, and we got to hang out the cats.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I fell in love with this little, it's like a tortoise. It's called a tortoise pattern.
Yeah, it's tortoise shell, like
Tortoise
you know,
shell
like
kitty.
the sunglasses.
But... Yeah, it was a black cat with little orange splotches, and it was a little kitten, and it was so sweet to both of us. Yeah. Her name is Bear.
Well, to be fair, at this particular cat cafe, I've never been to any other ones, but it seemingly all of the cats are nice.
Yeah, but some of them are shyer. This one was not shy at all. It was literally a kitten. Like I was shocked at how tiny its little head was. Yeah. And it was just like kind of like leaning against us to like lay with us. And it was really sweet.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of just seems like whenever nice you go to like see a bunch of cats, I guess, like eventually, obviously like one or two like gravitate towards you.
Yeah. So. And it's really nice. And there was a different one that was like a mom cat that we also fell in love with, Amber.
Oh, yeah. She was
so
a great orange cat.
She was just like laying there sleeping and like turned around so she could face us while we pet her.
Yeah.
But that was like a lot of fun. Robert was like paying attention to the movie way more than me, and I was just petting this little kitten, and I kept trying to get him to look at me. At one point, the cat, it was on a bench behind me, and it walked up and like put its nose against my nose, and I wanted to scream. It was so cute.
Yeah.
We can't have pets. It's really upsetting.
We cannot.
God, I was tempted. If someone wants to adopt this little cat and let me hang out with it, hit me up. Other real life updates. On Thursday, we went to Bastille and Alfie's wedding.
Yes, Bastille, for anyone that doesn't know, they're also streamers. I think they might make content, maybe, but either way, they both are bigger OSRS
They're both partner streamers.
Yes.
Bastille doesn't stream OSRS anymore. She's become an Albion streamer, and she's killing it. Like, actually one of the top Albion streamers.
Yeah, she is.
It's super cool. But it was nice. It was super cute. After they got officiated, they... officiated.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, they walked back down the aisle and Sea Shanty 2 was playing.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
And we got to meet some other streamers there. They had like a little photo booth section with RuneScape props. So we got pictures with wearing like little party hats with Robert had the Rune Axe and I had the DDS.
Yeah, it was funny because of TwitchCon, it was the same weekend as TwitchCon. Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of streamers there.
So yeah, there was a lot of like bigger name people there and
that we didn't talk to because I was intimidated.
Yeah, funny enough, at the photo booth there was also a dragon hammer or dragon warhammer.
They looked so
and
cool.
Also another dragon dagger. And Bodhi broke both of them.
He broke one, his girlfriend broke one.
Yeah. So
I was so sad I couldn't get a picture with the dragon warhammer actually.
Almost immediately within like 10 minutes of the photo booth being a thing.
Those two things were gone.
Bodhi like dragon warhammer specced the ground and broke it. Like that's what it looked like. I think he just dropped it, but that's what it looked like.
It looked like the spec.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sad about that because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get a picture with this. And then he was the first person to take a picture that I saw and it was broken. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
It was hilarious.
It was super cool though. They had like a couple RuneScape themed things. It was adorable.
Yeah, it was a nice wedding.
Yeah. And we met some other people there too, which was really fun. And yeah, that was great. We were also supposed to go hang out with streamers again on Saturday. So there was a concert, a Mark Knight concert that people were going to. And I let my social anxiety get the best of me, so we didn't end up going. Whoops. Yeah. It happens. But Sunday redeemed ourselves a little bit. We went to the zoo with like Nunu Nels and Evil Footlong, a couple other people. It was a lot of fun. Yes. We renewed our zoo passes. I'm very excited about it. It was so nice to go to the zoo. Oh yeah, we also saw like Mama Boogs, iCherry. Who else did we talk to? Yeegri. I went and got lunch with her.
Yeah.
I forgot. I went and got lunch with her and her friend, and that was cool.
I think we let I think,
definitely forgetting people
yeah,
and I'm on the spot.
it was much more difficult than normal because not only are you meeting like literally dozens of new people, but also they have multiple names because of their stream names.
Yeah,
and
no, I think that
their
was throwing
regular
me off.
names.
I wasn't even sure how to introduce myself to people either. I was like,
Yeah.
Michelle,
It's
Bunebape?
like,
I don't know.
do I introduce myself as this person that doesn't exist or as my real name?
I know, Mama Boogs, I already forgot her real name because she was like, I feel like my name doesn't fit me.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant like Miss Pistachio too, was like one of her bridesmaids.
Yeah, like if I didn't know, like if Yeet Greet's like real life name wasn't so unique, I probably would have already forgot it as well.
Fem, yeah.
And we spent like some of the most time with her.
Yeah, I like actually went and hung out there the next day. Robert wasn't feeling well, so he didn't go.
Yeah.
But she like lives in Europe, so I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna try and see you next month.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. She flew like I'm guessing like 5,000 miles.
Yeah, she flew from Europe here for like 4 days for Bastille's wedding because she was one of the bridesmaids.
Yeah.
She did a really cute speech. It was nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think
pretty cool time.
Is that it for my real life updates? We kind of had a lot. I have upgrade stuff to talk about, but should I talk about it now or let you say what's up?
Yeah, I guess. Well, it is. I guess we'll just say right now because it was kind of tied to like what you're saying earlier, like
my computer issues.
Your computer. Yeah, for whatever reason we
issues.
bought this computer from Best Buy as a pre-made one like 6 months ago.
No, we got it literally like New Year's Eve.
Dang, so it was like almost a year ago. Wow.
Yeah, not even a year though. But I've been having issues with it for months, but it's getting really bad now.
Ever since she bought it, she's had issues with it. So I've
just been in denial because it was literally all of my savings that I'd had to travel internationally that I had to take out of my account and buy a computer. Because you guys remember, if you listened back then, my old laptop's battery exploded on stream.
Yeah.
Or not on stream, during the podcast, actually.
Definitely not on stream.
Sounded like popcorn.
Yeah. But either way, she has acquired, well, she will be acquiring a new PC, which is pretty exciting.
Very exciting. I'm about to pay Robert back for that.
No. But it was pretty cool.
We're too poor for that stuff.
Yeah, so it's pending it being here and nothing going catastrophically wrong.
I'm sure it will.
I would highly recommend either way, I'd recommend NZXT as a company because that's my computer.
That's the brand.
Yeah, that's where I bought my computer and where she bought hers. And also they're having crazy deals right now. I think they might be over by the time you hear this, but
yeah.
Yeah, they have some nice deals on their pre-builts from time to time.
Yeah, and also in addition to that, because Robert like literally was just making a list at work of things I should upgrade because there's a lot of things I've been talking about for a long time. So I also bought a new chair.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be here Saturday.
She bought like arguably the worst for anyone that like works at a desk or sits at a desk for any longer than like 4 hours. You should invest in a nice chair.
So yeah,
whenever she has one of the worst chairs.
I just bought it because I had just gone desk for the first time, and I just got a cute chair. It's like blue velvet. It's really cute. It looks so good. It is so low on my back. It does not provide much support. And it's the sweatiest material you can imagine because our apartment gets super hot.
Oh yeah, you could just say it's velvet.
Awful. Yeah, it's velvet. It looks super cute, so hopefully I'm able to sell it. It sucks because I do love the design of it, but yeah, it was not working.
Yeah,
unfortunate. The chair I really, really wanted was the same material, and people were making fun of me for saying I liked it because it's cow print and it had one of those headrests, and the headrest had cow ears and little cow horns.
Yeah, every chair she was looking at was the same sweaty material.
Yeah, so I ended up buying this mesh one. I got it that it was pink because I wanted it to look like more unique. So I was like, it's not the most unique, but
yeah,
it's better than like a plain chair.
Yeah, I agree.
I wanted like a cool pattern or something, but this is fine. So that'll be cool.
I mean, maybe next week we'll have all that stuff and be like, man, this all sucks. We're unsaying
chair is returnable, so.
But yeah, for the time being, hopefully it'll be cool.
Oh, and one last thing. I bought a stand to hold my camera because right now I'm using a very shaky tripod that if I adjust it can just fall. And this camera is like $400. I got it as a birthday present for Robert a few years ago, so I need a good holder for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very sad if it breaks. I think I say that's it. We had a lot of stuff this week.
I think that's my entire life story. I think that's
it. Why I wasn't worried about the small update because I was like, we've been doing a lot this week. Like a lot of things have been happening. We also renewed our Disneyland passes.
Yes, we did.
We are never going to financially recover from this week, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm doing a subathon on Friday.
Oh, we are doing a subathon on Friday, yeah.
I was planning on making my own apron with fabric from Joanne's Fabric. Went to go...
Okay, let's preface. You're going to cosplay as the sandwich lady.
Oh, yeah, the sandwich lady. So I needed a pink and white apron. And I found a fabric online. And today I went to be like, all right, let me look at this again. turns out it takes like a week because it's a custom fabric. So I bought off Amazon a pink and white striped button-up shirt that I'm going to cut into an apron tomorrow when it arrives.
Yeah, she's going to be doing
Very intimidated.
several cosplays.
Yeah, Zanuck, Morticia Addams. The Zanuck one also, I'm really excited. I tested the green body paint out on my arm, and it looks cool.
Yeah, I was like, are you going to do the Zanuck cosplay first?
I think I might do it last.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid it will stain my skin. So I might just have like you sit there for a little bit while I go and put it on, and then do that as like the finale.
I think it'd just be funny to put it on stream.
It has to dry. That's what I'm scared about.
What is that? Yeah.
The body paint will just get everywhere. So I was going to just stand in the bathroom and stand still.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll do it.
She's just going to be standing under a fan for like 15 minutes.
I was actually going to do that basically.
All right. Yeah.
But Zanuck, Morticia Addams, doing a My Hero Academia one. Marion from My Dress Up Darling. Yor from Spy Family. Sandwich Lady.
Yeah, I don't know how she thinks this will all go really well and yeah, just totally be fine on stream, but she's doing all of these in one sitting.
It's a subathon. It's uncapped. So if the subathon's not long enough for me to wear all these, then I'll just like wear them on the next stream.
Yeah. But yeah.
I'm hoping it goes because that's like 6. So if I stream for 12 hours, it's like 2 hours of cosplay.
Yeah, sure.
Not counting the getting ready.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Whatever I say, it's fine.
But yeah. Hopefully that goes well. If you want to stop by and check it out, it's twitch.tv/Bunebape. She's live every day except for Thursdays and Saturdays.
Yep, and this is starting Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So
yeah.
Come stop by.
So, yeah, if you're free on the weekend, you can probably catch it.
Yep. We have a lot of goals, so come check them out.
Yeah.
But how are you?
Pretty good. Yeah. Luckily, you have infinite amounts of updates because I have nearly none, as per usual.
Yeah.
Have not played any video games still. Just living the life, you know.
Living La Vida Loca.
Yeah, I guess so. If you want to ruin the stream or the podcast, you can say that.
Hater.
But yeah, I don't have any updates really. I
settle your updates for you.
Yeah, those are my life updates, same as hers. Unfortunately,
I already told everyone your emotional connection to the cat.
Yep. So I saw cats, and that was the highlight of my week.
And went to the zoo.
But yeah, besides that, luckily that means we can just hop into whatever we want to talk about this week, being the update that we got, actually, like I said, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So this update was for the Quest Speedrunning launch. So this is something, obviously, we've been leading up to for the past couple of weeks that has been in beta and has actually launched now. Unfortunately, to not quite the roaring applause that people had hoped for.
Unfortunate.
Very few people in the worlds. I think whenever the worlds launched, there's like 12 worlds or something like that, and I didn't see more than 100 on any server at once.
That's more than I expected, though. In the beta worlds, there was like no one.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's at launch, which is, I feel like, usually more people check it out. But I don't know, maybe it'll pick up and become like more of a thing, especially when they add more.
I think when people see the rewards, they'll be more enticed.
Yeah, it's also tough because the rewards that a lot of people want, you actually cannot get, even if you get the best times.
Yeah, the graceful.
Yeah, even if you get the best times on all of the quests, you cannot acquire the coolest rewards.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe once they add more quests, that'll change. But for now, unfortunately, not a ton of interest, it seems. A couple things actually did happen because of the update, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so apparently some people were having issues logging into the beta worlds. That's been fixed. The game update has caused unintentional behaviors with various bosses. Previously, players were able to use the red X, quote-unquote, method at certain encounters as a way of gaining an advantage. Players have also reported that stalling at next is no longer possible, and this has been fixed. This was a really, really, really big issue. It's kind of hard to stress how big of an issue this was. People, for instance, it was such an issue that people started rioting at Falador yet again. And the last time this happened...
Wait a second.
I mean, it's because they responded saying that they potentially weren't going to change this.
Oh, okay, yeah. They fixed it, though.
Yeah, so this was an unintended change. And for people that don't know what red Xing is, it's actually a really prominent strategy for a lot of bosses.
Okay.
And so for a really good example is practically every God Wars dungeon boss has this type of method applied to them in some of the higher end methods. For anyone wondering what this method is, you can easily try it out. Just go to any boss or any mob actually in the game. And if you red click, so obviously if you click with a red X, that means your player
You
is
just
going to
click
go.
it, right?
That means your player is going to go interact with something.
Yeah.
So what the game does is it pretty much just renders you like practically invincible when it comes to interacting with you, and like mobs will not really step away to fight you as they normally should.
Okay.
What they'll do is they'll just like kind of let you do your thing because they don't really see you as interacting with it.
I've never really thought about that before.
Yeah, so a really good example of this is if you like if you're trying to like step under a boss to kite them.
Yeah.
What'll happen is you'll step under the boss and the boss won't move away and then turn around and attack you like it normally should. It'll just kind of like dance on top of your body.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've done that accident.
Yeah, exactly. So anytime a mob is like dancing on top of your body and seemingly doesn't know how to attack you, it's almost certainly because you red clicked, and that messes up their AI. And this is actually a really big tactic, like I said, for a lot of bosses.
I didn't know that was like a thing.
Yeah, this is a really common strategy. For example, at Garage Door, and like other bosses like that. That's how
And apparently next.
Yeah, that's how a lot of like zero damage methods happen at bosses, is because you're manipulating them in certain ways. And
But they fixed it.
This has been in the game since forever.
That's funny that they're considering not re-adding it.
Yeah, but Mod Kieran actually had a post on the subreddit saying that this is like a bug, like it was never intended for you to be able to red
Sounds
X.
like it would be.
And so this is something they unintentionally fixed, but apparently they were planning on leaving it, saying that it's like part of that it should be fixed. But it's kind of like, it kind of feels like it's like the blowpipe instance, where it's
I was
like
thinking of that.
maybe they should have fixed this a long time ago because it's been in the game since the beginning of time.
You can't fix it now. It's kind of too late.
Yeah, if they fixed it now, it'd be really, really weird. I mean, it's not like it would be wrong technically, but it just would be weird.
It'd be annoying.
Yeah. And so Kieran was saying that they were planning on leaving it and, doing that thing where like they'll maybe look back and check on it and see if they want to change it. But like I said, people were really upset about this because it was changing the meta for a lot of bosses. And so people started rioting and they fixed it.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's a long story just to say that it's been fixed.
Say it doesn't even matter that anything was wrong because it's already fixed.
Yeah, but there was quite a hubbub because, like I did say, this did come out on the 11th, and people rioted for an entire day, and so now it's been fixed on the 12th. And besides that, nothing really too eventful as far as fixes go. They said that because of the engine update, you probably have to update your game on mobile, or you can't log in. Also, there was a few doors that were permanently locked or something like that on the speedrunning worlds. Most of them have been fixed as well. So yeah, hopefully all your fixes have been seen.
Oh, one thing that they have up here actually that I thought was kind of funny. It said since there was the update, people reported issues with logging into the game on mobile. This is because the app may need to be updated to the latest version. That's something I was experiencing that too. I was on this loading screen for like 10 minutes because it didn't auto update. I had to go back to the shop.
Yeah, because usually it'll be like, oh, you need to update your game. Go to the shop.
Instead, it was just frozen like a quarter of the way loaded, and I was like, is this my fault?
Yeah. No, so yeah.
It didn't update normally how it does. I've never had to go to the shop and do this before today.
Yeah, exactly. So if it is, Thursday and your game isn't working, maybe check out the store.
Yeah, or delete and re-add the app.
Yeah, just as a future idea as well.
Yeah.
But getting into the actual update this week, the Quest Speedrunning is out now, so I'm not going to read their ridiculous intro. Speedrunning is the art of playing video games as quickly as possible, and the old school RuneScape community has been doing it unofficially for as long as we can remember. Soon, you'll be able to test your speedrunning skills in a brand new official game mode and compete for untradeable cosmetic rewards. I think there would be a lot more interest if they were tradable, which I think they probably should have been from the start, but...
I thought they were tradable for some reason.
So limber up and keep reading to learn all you need to know before the Quest Speedrunning launches on Wednesday,
which it already
did. Also, they, in parentheses, say, why is the update here early if the content still launches tomorrow? Well, we wanted to have plenty of time to test all the engine changes. Well, luckily they did, because apparently there was some really messed
Yeah,
up
that was
stuff.
kind of annoying because on Tuesday night it randomly updated and I couldn't log into RuneLite for like 10 minutes and I just went and played a different game till I went to sleep.
Yeah, so
And there
instead
was no
of
update even.
exactly, so instead of it being an update tonight, they actually just had the worlds restart, and then that was it.
Yeah.
As far as the quest speedrunning worlds, remember the quest speedrunning takes place on separate members worlds on an entirely separate save file. So
Just parallel universe.
yeah, your character will not be affected, but you do have to be a member in order to do all these non-member quests.
Hate that.
But here's a quick reminder about the differences. So there's no tutorial island, no trading, no PvP. You're essentially an Iron Man. No access to Castle Wars PvP fight pits, last man standing, rat pits, pretty much all of the minigames. Teleports, the cooldowns do pause when you log out, so there's no way to game the system as far as the home teleport goes. Shops have a static stock, so you will be able to buy the knife from the general store at all times. It won't run out. Items cannot be sold. Items cannot be picked up from the floor, and dropping items will disappear.
You said
after
one
a certain
part
amount of time
incorrectly. They can be sold. They'll just be immediately deleted when you sell them. So you can get gold, but people can't buy back the stuff that you sell.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, items can be sold, and items cannot be dropped, I think is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Or if they are dropped, they will delete, and other people can't pick them up.
Basically, no one can take anything that you've ever owned.
Yeah, it's essentially just Iron Man.
It's just
stuff.
iron.
Just Iron Man stuff. And Death's work is normal.
Cool.
In addition to discourage chicanery, which I did look up, and it's pretty much just foolery.
Tomfoolery.
Because the last time they brought this up was a weird word. But the following rules apply to players on speedrunning worlds who are not on a speedrun. Your XP is disabled, and deaths are safe, and your items dropped are immediately deleted.
Okay.
Well, on death at least. So again, just trying to game the system. As far as getting started, though, there are a preset number of quests, and there's a pretty cool interface that we've seen before. It shows all the quests, your current best time, the world's best time, and what time you need to beat in order to get certain trophies. They have bronze, silver, gold, and platinum being the best. And they also show the amount of speedrunning points you have, which I think does directly correlate to how many you have to spend on those tradable and untradeable items.
Mm-hmm.
As far as step 1 goes, you do have to log in to the speedrunning worlds, which will prompt you with selecting the quest that you want to do. You'll be able to see the following data that I just mentioned, as well as the items. So this heading shows the items you'll get once you start the quest. So you will get a preset number of items as well as stats. Be aware that the items given are not necessarily the items required. For example, if the quest requires a dagger, you may be given a suitable pickaxe or the money to buy one to go mine some ore and smith it yourself.
The Iron Way.
The Iron Way. Also, unlocks are the stats, completed quests, travel, and other unlocks you'll get when you start a speedrun. These unlocks are the same for everyone, so that goes for rewards, because some of the rewards are like increased levels in certain stats, and yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's how it works. Step 2, the race will begin after you speak to the relevant NPC. After that point, the speedrun timer will begin ticking. You'll be conveniently whisked away to the starting point of the chosen quest, and the timer will automatically stop once the quest is complete, or when the speedrun is abandoned, which can be done at any time. Logging out will pause the timer, but be aware that doing so will add a couple of seconds to your time to prevent logging out becoming a viable strategy.
Stressy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a few seconds, but obviously if you are...
2 seconds are all that matters when you're speedrunning.
Yeah, if you are on the edge of like a really good time, then maybe don't add that to your strategy. And for the final step, finish speedrunning and you're ready for your reward. Head over to the NPC located at the fountain in Varrock Square, rather, to find the speedrunning reward shop. Since they're all untradeable, apparently they're all untradeable.
We totally misremembered that. I was telling people last night on stream it was tradable.
Yeah, because it was until the last second when they asked.
I forgot about the voting. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be able to reclaim any rewards you purchase should you accidentally lose them. Also, I'm still not entirely clear. I haven't logged into the worlds, obviously, so let me know how it works, because like they give you all the necessary stats to do certain quests. So I don't know why there's any value in unlocking stats after you complete the quest. You know?
After you complete it?
Yeah, because
I think just for practice.
in the reward section for some of the quests that you complete, you get like stat increase. Like you'll get like plus 20, agility levels or whatever. And I don't know why they have that if you already have the required agility levels.
We probably just have to try it out for it to make sense.
Yeah, I'm sure it will make sense whenever you do log in, but it's
if we ever log in.
Abstractly, it does seem weird. Either way, though, the rewards, I think this is the last thing we're going to go over and I'll go through it quickly because we've already gone over the rewards before.
Several times.
But the Adventurer's outfit tier 3, very similar to like a Trailblazer's outfit or a Twisted outfit. It does have 3 tiers. Like I said, the 3rd tier is the best one, but you cannot buy it because there's not enough quests in the game. Like I said, kind of lame, but hopefully they'll add more soon. They do have plans for that, but it's just not there yet. Also, if you are lucky enough to get the tier 3, it's funny because it says if you're skilled enough to obtain the tier 3 outfit, which nobody is able to.
It's physically impossible right now.
Physically impossible. So I thought that was kind of funny they added that. You might be also excited to learn that it's a graceful outfit transmog. So pretty cool. I think
nice.
It's cool and uncool that one of the main things they added that I think a lot of people would want is unobtainable right now. But whenever whenever it is obtainable, it is pretty cool. The next thing is also a teleport scroll revamped look.
It's like a new animation for your teleport.
Yeah, it just looks like your character is lining up for a race, and then they disappear and teleport back home.
It's really cute.
There's also the giant stopwatch, which has a similar animation to holding...
the birthday cake thing?
The birthday cake, the giant anchor, or the giant trophy. Reward points are from 10 points up to 200 for platinum. And they do scale, so if you've gotten gold, you'll get the 10 from bronze, the 30 from silver, and the 80 from gold.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, for a total of 320 points if you are able to complete the platinum version of the quest.
I know I'm not.
Yeah. Currently, there are 5 quests which are available. Cook's Assistant, Ernest the Chicken, Demon Slayer, Vampire Slayer, and Dragon Slayer 1. And they do add saying that 10 additional quests will be added in the next 5 months following the release.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time.
Half a year.
So 2 quests per month. Yikes.
One quest now, the other 9 in 5 months.
Yeah, right. You can check out exactly which ones they are here. Obviously, we went over that blog previously. And if the game mode proves to be popular, they will expand the list, which, as it stands, maybe they won't expand the list.
We'll see how it goes. I think people are going to be way more interested once you can actually obtain Graceful.
Yeah, true. Also, I don't know. It's always been kind of a niche thing in like speedrunning in general, but it is kind of a big thing for certain games. It just depends on if RuneScape turns out to be one of those games.
Mm-hmm. Next up, moving on from the speedrunning, there's some more changes and fixes. So it says that these are small but impactful improvements to the main game. For Tombs of Amaska improvements, we've given the Warden pet variant some attack animations and unique lines when battling in the combat ring of the player-owned house. Check them out. That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Timikin Shadow now correctly has a 4-time accuracy and damage multiplier within Tombs of Amaska. Missouri Chaps will no longer stretch when swimming in Sevok's boss room. Using an emergency teleport crystal on someone else in the raid will no longer use 2 crystals instead of 1. And we fixed an issue where the corner tiles in the path of Scabarous puzzles were difficult to step on when the camera is pointed eastwards. Some other non-TOA changes. Options on a NPC will now disappear as soon as it starts dying. Fixed an issue where the clan hall staircase allowed players to teleport from the balcony to the ground and vice versa. Corrected the data relating to the shattered relics on the League's accomplishment scroll. The Clan Hall Combat Ring will now run the proper safety checks and prevent players from losing items and or hardcore status when dying this way.
Imagine.
Brutal. The Catalytic Tiara can now be used to enter the Law Altar, provided you've completed Trill Stronghold. Previously, it was checking Edgar's Ruse for completion by mistake. The Ancient God Sword can now perform its healing ability more reliably in LMS. Players raiding a beehive at Catherby can now use a full beekeeper outfit for protection rather than the usual repellent. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Spam clicking altars in the Tower of Life basement will no longer accidentally steal your ingredients.
Awesome.
But yeah, that is going to be it for the updates. They just talk a little bit about how they're having pins on sale. So if you guys are interested in pins, go check out the merch shop. And the sale ends on October 19th.
Yeah.
You have about a week.
So that's about it for the update. Like I said, not too much going on.
Yeah.
But actually, there is some other stuff that I thought was really cool that I should mention. Maybe other people will be interested. But for anyone that didn't know, last week there was a bit of a bug that allowed you to select not just more than normal, but literally every single modifier for TOA.
We talked about this. This is why people got banned last week.
Yes. So
we didn't know exactly what happened.
Yeah. So you were allowed to choose every single invocation, and some people were using this to make the raids actually easier. So, for instance, normally you can only select if you die once, then you lose the battle.
Like you could select hardcore, but only hardcore, and people are doing it where you also select softcore, and you also select the one before that, and you also select the one before that.
Exactly. So
you're getting more points.
Usually you'd only be able to select like one of the 4 invocations because they all relate to each other. But obviously that would just make it so you get more points for playing the same way.
And more likely to get rewards.
Yes, exactly. So most people were abusing it in that way, but I thought it was really cool because a player by the name of Noob Type, a really well-known player, one of the best players in the game, not even close. He's like up there with a cold one and stuff like that. He actually abused this bug to make the game harder.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very impressive player on every front. He has done a 510 invocation and was also the first player to do a 600 invocation, which I think is as high as you normally are legitimately able to go to.
Heck no.
But he was also the first and likely only player to ever in the history and the future of the game complete an invocation 770.
That was with the bugs?
Which is with the bugs, turning on every single invocation you possibly could.
Yeah, no one's ever going to be able to do that again because that was a mistake.
Yes, never ever as long as the game exists. Unless there's another bug like this, which is not unlikely, but also not very likely at the same time. They are able to do the 770 invocation. This doesn't make it as difficult as possible because some things interacted weirdly. So some bosses were more difficult or some were less difficult.
But he is the only person to have completed 770?
Yes. And it didn't actually even take him that long. I think it was a little over an hour.
Oh.
So, yeah, not even too crazy. On top of that, for some highlights for people that know about the boss fights is I think the first 2 bosses, which were Zabak as well as Baba, were done on, they were tier 3. Akka was tier 4. And funny enough, Kefri was tier 6.
Ugh.
Which is, for anyone that's ever tried any high level
I can't even
bosses,
do tier 2.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And on top of that, at the end phase of Akka, he only got hit by a single tornado because obviously he couldn't bring any food, so he had to play pretty perfectly.
Tornadoes being the orbs?
Yes, the little orbs at the end of the Akka phase during the Enrage phase. He only got hit by 1. And on top of that, during the Kefri fight, Kefri is permanently just getting healed over and over again by the little swarms.
My God.
He killed 113 of the 115 that were unleashed during the fight.
Gosh.
So he played really, really well. I'd recommend at least maybe checking out the Warden's fight because that was incredibly impressive. Very, very difficult fight. So I just thought that was really cool, and you should check it out. He has a full video over on his YouTube channel, which I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's NYUTAIP. So he has the full 770 invocation video over there.
Go check it out.
Yeah, so that was really, really cool. Funny enough, though, because he did abuse the bug like everyone else, technically, he did get a 3-day ban, even though it was just
funny.
To make the game harder for himself. So that was really cool.
Whenever you said that you had something to talk about, I thought you were going to talk about the hardcore news.
No, but yeah, I was going to mention it because I thought it was cool.
He was telling me all about this, and I was like, I already saw.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just found out that that apparently the first hardcore Iron Man has gotten the Zuck Slayer helm.
From doing the Grandmaster Combat Achievements.
Yeah, which for anyone that doesn't know, it is an incredibly difficult task. And there is a lot of potential unsafe deaths involved.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, the player in game is known as, of course, no other than all caps praise foot.
Hate it.
They are a maxed hardcore Iron Man, and that not only maxed, they are rank 23, so they have quite a bit of experience. And on top of that, they have many boss kills at every single boss.
Dope.
It's really impressive. In my opinion, the most impressive part of all of their boss kills is the fact that they have 159 corrupted gauntlet kills, and also they are rank 1 Theater of Blood with 1300 KC.
Yeah, no.
Obviously, both of those two being some of the hardest, if not the hardest content in the game, especially for hardcores, because...
I mean, they also have 20 Zuck kills.
Yeah, well,
hardcore.
Zuck is also safe death.
Oh, it is? I thought it was
is.
unsafe.
No, Zuck is safe, so is Inferno, and what's it called? The Fire Cape is also safe.
Jad.
Yeah. So that is, I meit's definitely really impressive either way. They have a ton of kills at every boss, but yeah, it's kind of nuts. But so I thought that was pretty cool. It's kind of insane seeing someone in full hardcore gear running around with the Zuck helm.
Such a cool helm.
Yeah, it is truly the ultimate flex.
Oh, yeah.
But that is probably going to be about it for updates this week. We can probably hop into the Q&A for this week.
Yes. So our first question is from Matt over on Instagram. So Matt actually had 2 questions. So the first one, last week, if you remember, Matt asked if we had to choose one side of the map to play on, the left or the right side, which one would we choose? We both chose left. And now asking, would you rather play on the north part of the map or the south part of the map? I don't even know if this is a legitimate question, but I want to answer. I would choose the north for Corinne and them.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy question for me as well. I would definitely choose the north. My favorite, or Vorkath is in the north, my favorite boss so far. And also, I just really like the snow areas in general. I think
snow areas are really
cool.
Pretty.
Yeah, and Corinne, I guess, is nice, but it's, not my favorite, but it is nice. I'm just not a big fan of the desert and stuff like that. Which is,
I like it, but it's not my favorite either.
Yeah, I don't really think too fondly of Karamja, so just probably just gonna choose north.
So I really like this question. In a hypothetical future, Jagex implements a tiered pricing for membership. For €5 a month, you'll get a base membership access, all member skills, member items, and the entire free-play world. Yet each of the following costs an additional €30 as a one-time payment, considered as a DLC. And the options are Corinne, Tirwin, Karamja, Kandarin, Fremennik Islands and Relica, Troll Regions, Caridian Desert, Mauritania, North Wilderness, and the Islands of Gillinor. Which would you buy?
So it'd be a total of €300 in addition if you wanted to buy all of the content.
Yeah, Matt would buy Kandarin, Fremy, Mauritania, and maybe Caridian Desert. Put Karamja on my letter to Santa.
Yeah.
I really like this question because they remind me of The Sims.
Yeah, what would you pick?
Okay, I would pick Corinne for sure. That's 30. So $30. I would want to spend like 120 tops.
Okay, so you have to choose 4 total.
Corinne, Tirwin, I'd want the elf area. Mauritania. Maybe Islands of Gilnor. That's like Fossil Island and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think those 4. Yeah, let's do those 4.
Okay.
Don't feel great about leaving out stuff.
Yeah.
Kandarin was close.
I wanted you to go first because mine is much less interesting because I have a very real world experience with this. So
you're going to buy all of them?
No, because for anyone that has played other MMOs, like I guess you would call yourself an OG of MMOs, you probably remember the Lord of the Rings Online. Because Lord of the Rings Online was a really popular MMO back in the day, and you can still play it for free.
Is that the one that Ninja's been playing?
I don't know what Ninja's been playing.
Oh, a Lord of the Rings game.
But yeah, you can go and actually play it for free now on Steam. Yeah, maybe check it out. It's a blast from the past. People still play it and speedrun it and stuff like that. But it's crazy because that game had a subscription. But if you didn't want to pay for the subscription, or I think maybe it was in addition to, then you had to buy all of the content separately.
That's annoying.
And it was anywhere between $15 and like $30 for each expansion. And there was many of them. And they did it in such a way where you could get to like level 15 or whatever. And then you would have to you're like, oh, I want a quest in this area. You'd have to buy the area.
I hate that.
Yeah. So realistically, after my experience, I would just say none because I would just quit playing the game like I did in real life whenever I was playing Lord of the Rings
That's
online.
funny. You had to choose some though.
Yeah, so you could.
Which are the most worth the money?
If I had to choose one, most worth the money, I feel like probably Mauritania and Corinne.
But you'd also want Fremennik probably for Vorkath.
I mean, like I said, I would probably just pick none, but the ones that I think are more worth it would be Mauritania and Corinne.
Yeah, 2 really big areas.
Yeah. Besides that though, yeah, I would, if anything, I would do this DLC like Lord of the Rings did, which wasn't super unreasonable. I think if you wanted to, you could pay the normal subscription fee, which was $15 a month, and you would have access to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there are multiple other games that have done things like that, where it's like you could, unlock more of the game if you just paid the normal subscription. So I would just do something like that.
Okay. Our other question is from Hariger on Discord. If Jagex permanently removed the magic skill, would you quit? Assume that all magic-related content is also removed, like Mage Guild, Mage Arena, Mage Training Arena, Desert Treasure, Lunar Diplomacy, Magic Armor, Teletabs, etc. And what percentage of players do you think would quit? I'd quit. There's no way I could walk everywhere.
Okay.
There'd be fairy rings still.
Yeah, there would be fairy rings, and there wouldn't be tabs because tabs are based on teleportation spells.
And there wouldn't be any runes, so it'd only be fairy rings and like the niche ones, like the gnome flight.
Yeah, gnome flight, the balloon.
The balloon, that's one.
Yeah,
all the rings. The necklaces, is that?
No, because you have to enchant the necklace.
Maybe I wouldn't quit, but I'd be a lot less happy. Fairy rings are nice.
I wouldn't have a problem with it, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's obviously an integral part of the game now, but if they just removed it, then I would kind of expect them to replace it with something, but assuming they didn't, I still don't think it'd be that big of a deal. Everyone would just be playing as rangers, so they would just be like,
I'm not even thinking about combat. I'm more just thinking about how to get around.
Yeah,
I tele everywhere.
I don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, maybe they would just make it so that you have more run energy, or
they better.
If not, then I'll just buy more staminas. I don't really see the big deal.
True. To suck irons.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, running around, it's not as fun as teleporting, but I just don't really see the big deal.
You don't mind as much. We've had a lot of questions regarding teleports, and you're like way more whatever about it, and I have strong feelings.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate walking around.
It'd be more annoying to like do your dailies and stuff like that. God,
I would stop doing some of my dailies.
I mean, you'd still have spirit trees, but
yeah, spirit trees are nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just also if they removed the quest, and it's like, all right, there's just less quests.
But you wouldn't have like all the different spell books.
Yeah.
Which can be handy.
Yeah, of course. Like you wouldn't be able to summon skeletons or, have any teleports.
Even like the bake pies.
No high alchemy.
Plank make.
Yeah, none of that. I don't really mind too much.
I think a lot of people would quit though.
There's like every other game I've ever played doesn't have a system like that, so I don't really care. I'm not really used to it.
The difference would just be we'd have it and they got taken away.
Yeah.
I don't think that much people would quit. I think a lot would. But like I think a majority of players would still stay.
Yeah, I think most people would quit unless they did like crazy drastic changes.
You mean most people wouldn't quit?
Yeah, they wouldn't quit.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, unless they did crazy drastic changes like EOC again, which just completely made the game something else, then I think people would quit. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Even when EOC came out, a lot of people didn't quit until they realized how bad it was.
Yeah.
So yeah,
true.
I don't think a lot of people would quit. It would just be a slightly different game than it is now.
Okay. I kind of agree. Maybe like 10%.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for our questions this week. What are you going to be doing this week?
Gaming. I am going to be just absolutely blasting so much games.
So much?
Yeah, definitely not just studying my face off.
No, not at all.
But yeah, so probably that. What about you?
I'm going to be doing my subathon. I'm going to be doing a bajillion cosplays. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be sleeping a lot. Yeah. After that, I'm going to need some recovery time.
More realistically, I'll probably be really busy this weekend setting up your computer.
We're probably just going to set up after the subathon, I imagine.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to be doing it probably.
I'll help.
Sure.
He's the one who like took it onto him. I was like, I don't need a computer, it's fine. And he like ordered it without telling me.
Yeah. So as you can see, she's ungrateful.
Rude. Anyway, I'll pay you back for it. But yeah, if you guys want to check out the stream, like I said, I'm having subathon on Friday too. My stream at twitch.tv/Bunebape. This is going to be uncapped. I'll probably like at least do 3 hours, I imagine.
At least do 3 hours.
Probably at least do more, honestly. We'll see. But yeah, it's if it does go longer than 24 hours, I will be sleeping in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be fun. It'll be cool to do costumes. I have some Halloween themed like goals and stuff and scary games, so it should be cool.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be streaming and hopefully making this apron tomorrow successfully. And hopefully next week I'll have a much better setup.
Yeah,
Very excited for that. Yeah. But I think that's gonna be it. If you guys want to ask questions to be mentioned on the podcast, give you a little shout, like Harger Mako one shout out. You can ask questions on Twitter, Bunebapeosrs. Our Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch are all just Bunebape though. So hit us up any of those and join our Discord.
Yeah, we have giveaways and just generally cool people in there.
Oh yeah, and people are voting my tattoo. We're in the finales now. I'm keeping it until the end of the subathon.
Yeah,
or end of this weekend.
It's really close. If you want to tip the scales, whether you like the idea of a baby chin champa tattoo more or a Raids 1 purple chest more, you can go and vote on the Discord. Just
purple
join.
chest is winning by 2 right now.
Yeah, just join and react to the tattoos post in the tattoo section. It's pinned
in the tattoos channel, so go check that out.
Yeah.
I've been telling a lot of people about it, and I'm like, I'm keeping this because I want to make sure as much people who want to vote.
Yeah, so you can definitely tip the scale because it's pretty close.
It's very close. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Thanks for giving us your time, and we'll see you all
very soon. Bye-bye. Meep merp.